we get started in today's video, I just want to let you guys know that I probably won't be able to upload daily after this point, mainly because I'll be very busy in life. I'll be working a lot more, and just overall I'll have less time to do YouTube. But don't worry, I will still upload videos, just not nearly as much. As you guys notice, I have been only uploading maybe once or twice, or maybe once or twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and that's because I have been very busy. So pretty much just expect my videos to be like that from now on. I might be able to get 4 videos out a week, but we don't know. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time before I start making that change that I will be able to, well, I won't be able to upload more, and I'll be uploading a lot less, probably 3 videos a week at max. If I'm not too busy, maybe 4 videos. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started into today's video. So recently I've been thinking about new classes that could be added in World Zero. I fully understand that the Spear Archer was just released and it could be a couple months before we see any new classes, but I would like to throw my ideas out there and get your guys' opinion on it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. The first class I would like to add to World Zero would be a Necromancer class. This class will specialize in both healing and dealing damage. The first skill of this class will be kind of very similar to the fireball skill that the mages have, but instead of a fireball, it could be a flaming skull with like purple flames shooting out of it, and basically this skull would deal a lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage, and etc, etc. The second skill that this class could have would be a healing skill, which will actually damage the user, and pretty much it will take away like 10, maybe 15 or 20% of your max health. So it will lower your health, or basically you'll just take damage, and pretty much what you'll do is you'll heal everyone around you around 20 to 30% of their max health. So basically you hurt yourself, but you heal other people in the process of hurting yourself, which is kind of the whole life and death thing with Necromancer and their type of class. But yeah, that would be a good fit for this class. You can heal other players, but you also deal a little damage to yourself. The third skill that would be added to this class would be a summon skill. Now with this skill, you can actually summon a skeleton to fight by your side until it dies. This skill would also be locked from cooldown until your skeleton dies to, avoid having a whole army of skeletons, which could be cool. Maybe you can have up to 2 skeletons, or maybe just 1, but I think no more than 2. But basically, these skeletons will have, or will deal basically the same amount of damage that you deal. So for example, if you deal 6k damage, the skeleton will also deal 6k damage. But the skeleton will have half of your max HP. So like basically if your health is at like, let's say 100k, that's your max health for the class, Necromancer class that you are using, this skeleton, when you summon it, will only have 50k health, basically to avoid the fact that the skeleton will be super OP, because it's basically like fighting 2 players. The skeleton will have half your health and basically will be easier to kill. Now obviously the more HP you have, or the more like your max HP, like let's say your max HP is 200k, then the skeleton will have 100k health. If your max HP is like 220, then your skeleton will have 110. Basically we want to make the skeleton strong, but not too strong. And I feel like this would be very useful. Also, the skeleton might have shift aggro, so basically like all the enemies around him will target him only and will leave the rest of you alone, which will also make him like a distraction, sort of like with the spear archers with their bomb is sort of a distraction. It lures all the enemies to it. It could be the same way for the skeleton, which the skeleton could also just start attacking the the closest mob to it, dealing some damage, taking away some of their health, etc, etc. And the last skill, the ultimate as you would call it, would be a support skill. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, why support skill? Like the Mage of Light has a support skill that's ultimate, like blah blah blah. Listen, this support skill won't necessarily heal or anything like that. What this support skill would do, or this ultimate support skill, basically will grant everyone with a temporary HP boost, or basically until the ultimate wears off. Everyone will be given a buff with their attack and an HP boost. So for example, if you have 120k HP, that's your max HP at the moment, when a Necromancer uses their ultimate, your health will go from 120k to about 170k. So basically you'll be given a 50k HP boost, which is not a lot, but it's sort of similar to how the shields work. But picture that, but basically with your own actual health. So you'll be given a boost in health, and you also be given a boost in attack power or attack damage. So let's say you did 6,000 damage, right? That was like the most damage you can do, like with basic attacks and stuff like that. Now you deal 7k damage. All your skills have a little boost to them. They hurt more. Like for example, as a spear archer, I think I can deal like 11k damage with the arrow. Well, if someone uses the Necromancer ultimate, I'll deal like 12k or 13k or something like that with the arrow. So basically everyone will be given a slight buff in their attack damage and also a slight buff in their health, which at the end of the day, if you boost the whole like raid party, like if you have like 2 Necromancers, one use their skill to boost everyone's HP up and attack up, and then as soon as that wears off, the other Necromancer uses their ultimate, you'll basically have like an army of just like really overpowered people. Because imagine you're fighting a boss, right, and you guys without the Necromancer boost can kill the boss in 5 minutes. Well, now you can kill it in like 3 minutes or even 2 minutes with both Necromancers there, keep boosting it up your you guys' HP and attack power. So it'll be overpowered, but I mean, the Necromancer gotta make up somewhere. And I think the ultimate, that would be a really good ultimate for the Necromancer. And that's basically the Necromancer class. So let's go ahead and start talking about the other class. Alright, so the next class I would like to add to World Zero would be the Ninja class. Pretty much this class would be a very sneaky class and would be an AoE class. So basically area of effect, or they'll do a lot of aerial damage. The first skill that this ninja class will have is a shuriken throw, which basically they can throw out multiple shurikens and hit multiple enemies at the same time. So let's say there's like 3 enemies right in front of you. You could throw out a shuriken, kind of like how the spear archer's arrows, where it bounces off from enemy to enemy. Maybe with this one you can hit like 3 enemies at once with a single shuriken, or like maybe the shuriken will bounce off the enemies, and you basically just be causing a lot of AoE damage. The second skill would be a shadow clone skill, and pretty much just like the Necromancer, you will summon a clone of yourself with half the HP but keep the same damage output. This clone will also be able to keep all the enemies' attention up until they die, of course. And the third skill for this ninja class would be a smoke bomb. Basically, when the ninja uses a smoke bomb, all the enemies would be stunned for about 3 to 5 seconds, which will take very little damage. Like the smoke will actually damage the enemies, but it'll probably damage them like 10% of your max damage. So like if you do 6k damage, or let's not really do 6k, if you do 10k damage, you basically would do like 1,000. Like the enemy would take 1,000 damage just from the second you drop the smoke bomb. But this skill will also be very OP, because not only will the enemy would take a little bit of damage the second you drop the smoke bomb, but also they'll be stunned. So while they're stunned, you can actually pull off some combos or get your friends to gang up on that enemy, and you'll probably kill it relatively easy and really fast. The last skill, or the ultimate skill that I would like the ninja to have, is a lightning aura skill, Basically, this skill will boost the damage and speed of the users. So their basic attack speed, how like when you left click, that attack speed will be by double. So basically your DPS will go up double for a short period of time. And also your walk speed will be a lot faster. So let's say I don't know exactly how fast the World Zero characters run, just by default, but let's say your walk speed is 20. well, now your walk speed would be like 30 or 40. You know, it'll just boost up really fast, and you'll be able to go pretty fast when this ultimate is activated. But of course, this ultimate will have like a very short lifespan, because you know, obviously if you boost your DPS by double, you're going to be dealing a lot of damage, a lot. So obviously this to sort of like, you know, nerf, I guess, this ultimate in a way would be to only have the ultimate last for about 5 to 6 seconds. Basically, you have a burst of super fast damage and walk speed, and you're attacking really quickly, but then after about 5 to 6 seconds, it'll go back to normal. Or if you want, you can make it really overpowered, make it last 10 seconds long, but just like the Spear Archer, when it comes to PvP, have the ultimate disabled or turned off automatically. That could also work, because I mean, no one's gonna be mad at you if you kill the boss in 20 seconds. No one's gonna be mad at you. But if you do kill them in like 5 seconds or less, then they would be pretty upset. So I guess you could keep it like 10 seconds long, but just disable it in PvP because it's so freaking overpowered. But with that being said, that's basically the 2 classes that I would like to see added to World 0. I might make another video about more classes that could be added to World 0, but these 2 are just my, I guess, like favorite classes. Like Necromancer, I really do like the idea that you can like basically heal your allies, but also at the same time deal damage, but also at the same time you could distract the enemies with your skeleton. And I also like the same idea with Ninja. You could deal a lot of damage, you could throw out shurikens, you could drop a smoke bomb to stun all the enemies in the area for about 5 seconds, and you have an ultimate that makes you basically like just moving super fast, being able to attack super fast. That I would love to see. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please comment, rate, and subscribe if you enjoy what if you enjoy my content. That's what I'm trying to say. If you enjoy my content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.